Rowena says, how do authors write book series while writing a completely different book? Okay, so when it comes to this, you're working on one book at a time. Now, you can work on more than one book. It just takes a really long time to get everything done. So we typically say work on one book, finish that book, and then move on to the next. If you are trying to do a traditional publishing contract, that means a publishing house is going to buy your first book. They're not buying a series. They're buying the first book as a standalone with the potential of being a series. So if your book sells really well once they put it out in the world, then they'll buy book 2 and book 3. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. That's the end of your series. It's a dead end right there. And you'll see that happen a lot inside of the publishing world if it didn't sell as highly as they expected it to. Now, they do not want you writing in advance because they're going to edit your book and change a lot of things very dramatically. So it's not even going to be the same book when you get to number 2. So you are not writing a series if you are going with a traditional publishing contract. You're writing the first book. You can plot out book 2 and book 3 if you want, to show them, to give them an idea of where it could go, but you're not writing it until you have that contract in hand. They don't even want to see a second book or hear about a second book until they've decided to buy that second book. Now, if you are going the indie path, you're self-publishing this, then you should be writing your series. Write it as quickly as possible, write it back to back, because we know that series don't sell and books don't sell until full series are out. So you want to make sure that you have that written as quickly as possible. In fact, if it's possible for you, and I know not everybody writes at the same speed, but if it's possible at all, write the entire series first, especially if it's a shorter series like a duology, so 2 books, or a trilogy, which is 3 books. Get them all written and then put them out like 1 month after the next so that those voracious readers can read through them and you're going to make more sales. As soon as series are completed, when readers know it's complete, they're willing to invest in it. But they do not typically buy those first books until they know the series is complete, just in case nothing ever comes of it. What happens if an author writes a book and intends for it to be a series, but then it doesn't sell? Are they then going to spend months writing those extra books when they could try to write a different book to make money? It depends. So a lot of people do not buy those first books until they know the full series is out. So if you're going indie, try to write the entire series and then put it out a month or 2 apart so that you can make more money faster. You don't have to, but it is a really good idea to do that rapid release, especially if you are physically capable of writing books on the quicker side so that it's not going to take you 3 years in between a book. If it is, that's fine. Just be aware you're not making money until it is time for the entire book to be out. So just keep that in mind. I do recommend, if you're going the traditional route, that you're writing those as standalones with the potential of being a series, but always go to another book as soon as you're done so that you have more to offer the industry to potentially buy.